Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So we're going to do a read for the month of April 2020, and let's see what wants to come out for you. Let's see, what is it that you need to know? This will be a general read, so if you are looking for a personal read that taps into your own personal energies, then go to theguidedintuitive.com up here or my description box below. So let's jump into this. April, we've got the first full moon that's coming out, and this will be on April 7th already. Wow, it's called the pink moon, and just to be clear, it's not going to be pink. It's actually going to be more of a golden hue, so to speak. But the beauty of this one moon is that it's a super moon, and usually super moons are about 15% brighter and about 7% or so kind of bigger, okay? So that's one thing to think about. It's called the pink moon mainly because of the blossoming of the flowers in springtime, and it's the first full moon there, and the Native Americans had called it that. Now, there's lots of other names for it, but that's kind of, to me, the most popular one, based on the flax flower, which is those little pink baby little flowers, sometimes called pink moss, but they're really gorgeous. They're little baby ones, and they're really beautiful. And so that's about the blooming of the flowers at springtime. And so on April 7th, the sevens are about having faith. And then you've got the, this happening, having faith that the what's going to bloom, what you want to bloom in your life, start setting your intentions for that, because that's going to be very, very helpful to break through. And then you've got April 7th. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So that's about the master number 11 going through the gateway, spring, right? Brand new beginning, brand new opportunities. Very, very spiritual too. Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. And then you add 2020 onto that, you add another 4. What is it? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Brings it down to a 6. Growth. Doesn't that make sense? Growth. Altogether, April 7th, 2020 reduces to a 5, to a 6. It talks about growth. So really, really good stuff, guys. So you got a lot of stuff that's going to grow for you in the month of April. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see what's going on for you here. General read. Let's see what wants to pop out for you. We're going to use a lot of different cards here. So now the first card that I get, so let's go ahead and talk about this. The first card that I get is that it's actually getting some rest right now. So this is about getting some sort of reprieve from a situation. You've just been really exhausted on some of the things that you've been doing. And Aqua, this is just saying is that, focusing on what it is you want, manifesting, asking help from source. It's the 4 of Swords, which is, gaining your stability, right? It's gaining your stability. Asking for guidance in the process, which is really, really key. That's your current situation right now. Now, what we get crossing that is the Ace of Wands. And the Aces are about opportunities. So you've got some sort of inspiration or creation that is coming out, that the universe is actually offering you some sort of gift. It might be coming your way in a form of a job. It might be coming your form in a way of a opportunity, of any sort of anything that you have been creating or inspiring to happen, putting that intention out. And so the universe is gifting you with an opportunity. And this is an opportunity. It is a potential for an opportunity, which means that whatever is inspiring you or creating you needs a little bit of work within that. So it's going to take your hand in this as well. The universe says, here you go, but you got to grab that other side and say, okay, I got it from here. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Now, it's the opportunity to do that. The challenge is not to do that, okay? So that's what we have in a place. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Then we've got what you need to, what it is that you need to focus on. It's more or less what is your kind of like what you need to focus on overall. And this is easy too, because this is really beautiful, because this is about intimacy. This is about overwhelming emotions. This is about having, overwhelming compassion. And this is just really feeling great. You're being offered some really beautiful gifts so far in the month of April. You're going to be feeling really, really good. What you need to focus on is the abundance in your life, the gratitude that is in your life, and be so thankful, because the cups are about emotions, and it's just overfilling emotions. So I like to see this. This is so cool to see this, because you really deserve it. There's just no doubt that you deserve it. And we'll clarify as we go through, but I want to see what wants to come out. What is your past? Well, this is beautiful. The past is that you're coming out. It's like this. You're feeling you're having some really good vibes. You're seeing that the universe and source and that your life is going in a really great direction. And when you focus on positive vibes, the sun can't help but shine on you. Okay, and this is about feeling, you know, just emotionally and, you know, very excited. It's a major arcana card. And it's just feeling just really wonderful vibrations, feeling like a brand new kid, and you know, just wanting to go ahead and ride out into this beautiful world and really focus and keep the intention on light, you know, focusing on the light of things, not the darkness, the light, and moving forward with passion in your life, with the light behind you and shining on you. And that is in the past. That's the most recent past. How interesting. Let's take a look at your strengths right now. What are your strengths? Wow, an opportunity. Now your strengths is that there is an opportunity coming your way. Do you see the gifts that are coming to you? I just want you to see this real quick. You know, this is your challenge. This is what you need to focus on, and this is your strength. And that is to take that and go, okay? To take it and run with it. Don't look back. Don't focus on the past. This wants you to move forward with the future. The universe is trying to get your attention, okay? In, you know, in moving forward with fire, in your emotions, right? And really trying to get your attention. So the strength that you have is to look up and see this and not focus on the past, to really focus on the future. You've got a lot of gifts the universe is wanting to give you. It's like here, here, here. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, this is very exciting. So that's exactly what I see here. This is quite beautiful. So yeah, really focus on your overwhelming emotions. Really your strength is to look up and see the opportunities that are coming your way and to grab and run with it. What's in the near future? Let's see what that is. Okay, what is that? Yeah, remember how I talked about not focusing on the past? This is something that in the near future has you focusing on the past. Okay, this wants you to turn around and saying, okay, it's time to change that mentality, change that feeling in you. Because remember, this is about, you know, what you need to focus on, emotional fulfillment. Emotion, your inspiration and your creation and your creativity. This wants you to focus on that, okay? And a lot of emotion. So it wants you to take that and turn around and see those other two cups that are behind you. You don't have to carry that, have that heavy black cloak on. You can take that off. It's no longer needed. It was, maybe you needed it for protection in the past, but things are changing. The fives are about change. So it's about changing out of the cloak, changing the way that you're looking at things and having that new perspective. What you need to focus on is still, you know, just that this is just that compassion. This is about intimacy. This is about, you know, just feeling emotionally beautiful. Okay, so keep that in mind. Very much keep that in mind throughout the whole month of April. This is changing, and if you can get a head start on it now, as I put these out in March. Okay, so there you have it. The end. So do keep that in mind. So what is it that is your suggested approach? What does that look like? What is that? Your suggested approach? Take another viewpoint. Okay, yeah, it's an 8. I've got the 8 of Swords, and this tells me it's about. This doesn't want you to be in isolation. This does not want you to, you know, focus strictly on, on imprisonment. Because when I get the 8s, you know, it tells me, hey, there's some change taking place here. It wants more equilibrium. This is all focusing on just this, okay? This is focusing on the sadness. This is what didn't work out. And what this wants you to do is not to focus and feel trapped on what didn't work out. It wants you to focus, you know, in the near future on these 2 that are here, okay? Because it's going to affect opportunities that are coming your way. And what you want to do is to shift out of that, okay? To really snap out of that and focus on, if you have a hard time doing it, focus on gratitude. It gets you the closest place to that. Focus on love and gratitude for what you have that allows to bring more abundance and more beautiful energy coming that way, okay? So this is the 8s, and this is about, you know, equalizing your energy so you know, so not lopsided as to one particular perspective and feel like you're walking on muddy ground. This is saying is that your suggested approach is to take another look and to get out of this isolation, okay? It wants you to get out of this isolation and this imprisonment of your own thoughts, of your own mind, okay? If you need help with that, go to Beyond the Read that's up here, and then we can talk about it. Or if you're unsure what that particularly is, and then you definitely need to set a discovery session up here too with me, and then we could go ahead and kind of break down and have a consultation, and then make a recommendation as to what service would be best for you, or what particular program might be best for you for a good fit. But this is what it's talking about. It needs to, there needs change in here, guys. It needs to be changed. You've got a head start on this right now, so just saying, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about what it is that you need to know. What do you need to know? Okay, here it is. What is it? Yes. Okay. So if love has been on your mind, guys, what you need to know is, first of all, is that love is available here for you. Okay. That there is an opportunity of love. Okay. This is really beautiful. Okay. So when I see this, it just tells me that you've been blessed. There is some sort of union that is coming your way. There is a union of opportunity for you. And I just let the cards speak for themselves on what wants to come up. If you're going to be focusing on the past, that's not going to come. Okay, that needs to change, because that's a 5 card, right? And well, 5s are about facing adversity, right? So it faces adversity and change, and then you get the 8, which is trying to find that equal balance. And this is about getting out of that perspective and not focus on what is not working, and start focusing on what is really working in your life. Okay, so what you need to know is is that you've got lovers here. You've got a union. Okay, that's really coming your way. And we'll focus on this in a minute. And it's about growth. Okay, it's a 6 cards about growth. What's your hopes and fears? What is that? Hangman. Okay, so your fears is that you won't get the insight. Your hopes is that you will. And this is about, spending some time alone and perhaps going within a little bit. But don't, again, get into that isolation. It's about, really getting some sort of perspective in a relationship or in a situation. Okay, and that's going to be very, very big for you. Okay, and then your final card that we have in the outcome is the Magician. This is saying you've got all the resources, Aqua, to do whatever it is that you need to do to make things happen in the month of April. Okay, all the tools are at your disposal. You've got everything that you need to make things happen. You might be dealing with a Gemini, so to speak. So just saying that as well. So that's going to be very, very key. And then, in the near future, when I talked about this, of course, this is a water sign. You might have water in your chart as well, as your air. And then, of course, you might be dealing with someone who is, might be, have water in their chart as well, too. So just note that. So what I want to do is I want to focus on the near future, on a little bit more about this here. What more can we get as it pertains to the 5 of Cups? What wants to come out? Page of Wands. So there is a brand new opportunity in beginning, okay, if you turn around and look at the other 2 cups. This is the pages. Pages are about messages. And so when I actually get the wands, this tells me that there is some sort of discovery, some sort of enthusiastic discovery that makes you really happy, and that there's growth. So this is about turning this around. Okay, so keep this in mind, guys. Focus on gratitude. Focus on not what you don't want, but what you do want. And that's going to help you incredibly in this process, okay? Anything else that wants to come through for you? Let's see what this is. I'm going to pull some other cards here. Let's see what this is. Anything else in the near future for you? What can we pull out for the near future? Envy, okay? So this is about not envying others, because here's the deal. You've got everything within you as everyone else does. All you have to do is to call upon it and take action, okay? Hence the Magician, okay? The Magician card in your outcome is saying you've got all the tools necessary. No need to envy. You have the confidence. You have the tools necessary at your disposal, especially in the month of April, guys, okay? It could go forward or even sooner, but just note that. But yeah, that you just have different challenges than other people. And other people are going to have different, will have different challenges than you sometimes. And this is saying there's there's no need to envy, other people, because you already have that already within you, okay, which is so beautiful. You have all the tools, ready to move forward. And that's what's so beautiful about this. So, yeah, I love seeing this. I truly love seeing this. This is really cool. Okay. Yeah, you got the power. This is also about taking action, but you got to take action on it. Okay. You got to take some action on it. Okay. Anything else that wants to come through for you in the near future? Success. Okay. Okay. This is beautiful. This is about success. Now, I know a lot of you Aquas have had love on your mind. Some of you, I've just kind of been seeing that through some of the reads. And this is saying is that you are understanding there is no greater success in life than to love. Okay. So if you're looking for a partnership, if you're looking, to, have someone in your life to share it with, this is saying is that you've got that opportunity. And you've got an opportunity for that new beginning, but it's about letting go of the past, all right? Letting go of the past and then focusing on the future, on what it is that you want. And knowing that you've got all the tools necessary and you can make a success out of this. And so I think that's what's really, really cool, okay? So very, very neat, all right? Let's talk about your current situation. You're resting right now in your current situation. I just want to see what's that there. Anything else that wants to come through? Yeah, it wants you just to choose to focus on the lighter side of life and, of course, get your rest and what it is that you need to do. Sometimes bringing humor into a situation can help. If things have been a little heavy, guys, that, focus on having a little humor in your life. Go see a comedy. Those are the fun things to do. Oh my gosh, go. There's nothing that brings more joy than, the laughter of the soul. So go see a comedy, all right? So there you have it, all right? Or watch some videos on YouTube that make you laugh, all right? The bloopers are, just those, I don't know, I've watched so many of those things. Those things crack me up, okay? And it's about letting go of the grief and getting into humor, okay? And that's what this is talking about. Humor brings a lot more love. This is the grief here, and again, it's about, sometimes if you lose something, it's an opportunity for you to truly appreciate it. And this is about taking a break about something that has been lost. In a relationship or a situation. Okay, I'm going to put it both ways in there, even though that it's not, this is what you're getting rest from. Okay, and it could be just a loss overall. It could be a job loss. Could be anything of the sort, right? But yeah, that's what's coming through here. So how interesting. Your strength is your Four of Cups. And again, the Four of Cups are more about this, having, kind of contemplating and that type of thing. So let's go ahead and see what else wants to come through to clarify the Four of Cups for you for April. Wow. Okay. This is about taking a responsibility for your well-being. Again, we're getting right back on that same theme, guys. Focusing on what it is that you want. If you want a happy life, the only person that can make that happen is you, because you're always responsible, right? We're always responsible on how we react to situations. So this is saying is not to blame anyone else for where you're at right now. And it's hard. Sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it's hard to swallow knowing that, there's no one there, right? And sometimes it's about just picking your own self up and being stronger, because then at that same time, you get more of an opportunity to share your story with someone else that can perhaps move them too. Okay. So this is not about blaming anyone else. This is about going inside on you and doing the work from the inside out. Okay. And when you do it from the inside out, it's solid, right? So that's the key thing. It's not something external that you're grasping for to make this, to say it was that person that did this. It was that person. No, you're taking ownership for how you're responding to the situation, and you are going in and making a big change internally. So this is about not putting blame on anyone else, but turning towards you and say, how could I have done this differently? How can I do this differently? But now that I know this, how can I change this to still focus on what I want, to get that success that I'm looking for in the near future. Okay. Because I do believe you're going to have it, but it's about not blaming anyone else in this situation, and that's going to be very, very key. Okay. And it's guys, I know it's a hard pill to swallow. This past year, well, this previous year had been one of my most difficult years, even moving on to this one a little bit. And I will tell you, it is all about getting strong inside, and so strong that nothing shakes your foundation. And I want you to remember that, because you are a powerful being. You're such a powerful being. And sometimes we forget that in the midst of certain things happening in our lives. And we have to remember and bring this right back around. Okay, I'm strong. I can I can move forward, and I'm going to focus on success. And I know I'll get there in time. It's just going to be, being patient with yourself, and then, taking those, one foot in front of the other. Okay. So that is so key. And what this is that instead of putting blame on something, it's actually changing that mindset. This is energizing to change that mindset. We see blame. No, we don't want this anymore. We want change, okay? And it starts within. It's the communication, the blue chakra, right? It's the blue color from inside that's going to change how things happen externally for us and what we manifest. So that's what's coming through here. And this is saying that I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So remember what we talked about, your final outcome being the magician, and this is about taking action. So this is about getting out of the head, all right, and then focusing on your creation and your inspiration, on what you want to manifest, what you want to see to come through, okay? Because remember, what the mind, what the mind is focused on, the universe is going to show, okay? So I want you to remember that. That's really, really big, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. So really focus on what it is that you would like to see, because this is saying you've got all the tools, baby, to make this happen and really make April just blossom for you, all right? And it's an intention that you can put out there, especially with this full moon, being right by your side there to push you forward as well. So this is really, really cool, okay? Anything else that we need to focus on? I'm going to focus on anything else that in terms of your strength right now, it's going to help you through this. Contribution. So this is going to be, within any situation, if it's a new job, a new relationship, whatever the case may be, again, it takes your contribution at the root to start that foundation, to let all it flourish, to let it's the foundation of the roots of the, the kind of the base of the tree, so it can actually flourish and develop more love and prosper and bloom, right? Especially within the month of April is going to be very, very key, okay? Anything else in terms of what I wanted to do is to pull a card on what is it that you need to know when you got the Lovers card. So let's just pull this and see what wants to come out in terms of the Lovers card. What needs to come out for the Lovers? Forgiveness, okay? And that's probably why in the near future, guys, that, that we got this, that was talking about, the Five of Cups. This is about forgiving forgiving this sadness that you're focusing on right here. It's about forgiveness. And when you let that old energy go, you're not carrying that. You're not carrying it like a heavy black cloak. What you're doing is you're letting that go, and you're turning around to see the opportunities that are still there for you, okay? Because you got them, okay? You've got them going on, all right? They're all here, and you've got some good vibes behind you. This is saying is that forgiveness is going to be very, very key, as it pertains to a lover, guys. So you might be dealing with a lover, and this is about, forgiving yourself, forgiving the other person, and just think about how much more you know now. So when you go into that next relationship, that next job, that next situation, guys, you are going to be unshakable. And I want you to remember and not forget how strong you truly are. Focus on love and focus on, moving forward. And this is saying is that you're really acknowledging that you've been, harboring this resentment. And when you harbor resentment, what happens is it blocks the flow of love, right? It blocks the flow of love to come through. And so what you need to know is love's coming through, but if you harbor resentment, this love can't come through. So I want this for you. So this is about, really, even if you have to do some sort of ritual, light a candle, you know, and or light some incense and light a candle and focus on just, you know, on strictly forgiveness for you, forgiveness for the other person, and forgiveness about moving forward so you can bring forth fresh energy. Okay, so that's what you need to know as it pertains to the lovers there. Anything else? Okay, we don't want to block the flow of love. Okay, and maybe you feel really, really great when you can help others. So many of you, being humanitarians that you are, right? I'm there with you, all right? This is talking about, you know, really, if you're finding a blockage of love, focus on servicing others, focus on doing something for another person, and that's going to get your mind off on just, it's going to make you realize, and just, if you've forgotten, you know, that you just how beautiful that it can make you feel when you show someone love, when you can, you know, be of service to someone else. So this is about, you know, about feeling really good, and that gets you into the mode of feeling really good, which is a step closer to gratitude and love, and it's ridding the vibration of the older blockages that could have been holding you back. Okay. What about this Magician? Anything you need to know about this Magician? Anything else in terms of your outcome? Here we go. What is it? Love. Guys, it could not get any clearer. It cannot get any clearer. I think some of you are going to have some love, okay? You are about seeing the good in all things and taking action on that, okay? Taking action in love, because this is about the power to see all things good. I love this. So I hope this resonates with you guys in the month of April. You've got some great stuff to look forward to. You have some things that need to be rid of, which is totally fine. It's about growth every day. It's about learning, growing, and learning and growing, right? And we just become better and better and better about who we are. And the more we know about ourselves, the better that we can work with others in relationships and communicate and all that great stuff. So I'm wishing you lots of love and lots of things blooming that are positive for the month of April. And until then, next time, namaste.